develop, they should learn. It doesn't matter you don't have a big song, get a good song that whatever platform you are giving, even if you have true audience, at the end of the day, you win them to your side. Yeah. So that is what is working for us, and I wish most of the upcoming guys would do that. Just develop your talent, master the art of playing live band music, so that whatever platform you are giving, you can deliver and you win more audience to yourself.
Some very good advice there, because, you know, yeah, it's not the easiest thing performing and getting the response, but it is good to keep on keeping on, right?
Keep on keeping on.
So, to a show where artists who have kept on keeping on, and a big platform, a platform we're very happy we're going to experience. Afro Nation is coming, man. Charlie, it's becoming like a staple in the country right now, you know, to have a show like Afro Nation December. And as an artist, as a creative, as someone who enjoys the artist on stage, I'm very happy, man. I mean, it's big news, the way Afro Nation is moving the country, right?
Exactly. I think it's great news to not just to Ghana, but also West Africa. And the kind of stage they have and the platform is so huge to showcase Ghanaian act to the world. And anytime you hear of Afro Nation, it's a time for other musicians to also experience that huge platform. And it's been great. I think we have to also give kudos to the ministry for the Year of Return initiative that has inculcated all these events into that. And so whenever we hear of Afro Nation, as a creative artist, I'm happy because a lot of the people in the ecosystem are going to benefit from that. Set designers, and it's money coming into Ghana. And we have some of our arts on board as well. So
yes, exactly. So I'm going to carry on from what you just said. Some of our artists, I mean, Stoneboy is on there, Black Sharif, Kwame Eugene, Kitty, not just them. And this is phase one.
Exactly.
Headlining, we have Davido, P Square, Camido's going to be on there too, CK. So that's the artwork official. Rima Daju, Madenkule Gold, so many artists, Now you would see something like this, you'll be happy, right? Afro Nation is in Ghana, you'll be happy because money is going to be made, like you just said, tourism, people are going to make money. Sure. Workers. It's very exciting news, but seems like there's a little hiccup. Our very own Shatawale is not too happy. And, you know, Shatawale has become someone who really tends to speak for the people, for the voiceless. I understand not everyone agrees with how he does it, but he still does it.
Exactly.
So, first of all, Stoneboy is a special guest, not necessarily a headliner. I'm trying to figure out if there is such a huge difference. I mean, the headliner is like the biggest act, so to speak, on the show. So people perform, basically warming the crowd up to enjoy them. Now, Shatawale has expressed this concern, right? Concern about the fact that Stoneboy is a special guest and not a headliner in his own country. What do you think about this? Is it that big of an issue? Because, okay, let me just put this in again. You know, a couple years back, Burna Boy had an event where his name was not written in like caps lock, big letters, right? Boldly. He came out and said he's the African giant. His name has to be bold. And these little things, they're attached to a brand. How big your name is on an artwork.
It works.
So we can't take these things for granted.
Of course.
Okay, so now Shatawale is also saying his brother Stoneboy has an event in his country. Why isn't he a headliner? Why is he a special guest? Is there something to be said there? Has he been overlooked, do you think?
As you said earlier, Shatta has a way of putting certain things across. We may not always enjoy how he does it, but in the end, he's able to attain whatever result that he wants. Yes, it's an issue. Looking at the fact that, I've mentioned it on another platform before that, some people have come against Afro Nation for the fact that they are not seeing our stakeholders, the local stakeholders, benefiting much from the event. So in a case that it is being hosted in Ghana, if somebody says, make our artists their priority, I don't think that person will be asking too much. In as much as we are all living in Africa, it is a one-purpose thing, but we have to also develop, defend our turf. The fact that it's coming, so where the ministry must also come in to lobby for our artists. That, okay, place premium on our artists. So, for instance, a Davido and a Stonebwoy being the headliner wouldn't be bad. Afro Nation is not looking at a particular country. It is worldwide. But the point is, we are the host. So you can consider on that aspect. We can't force them that do this.
That's what I was going to ask
exactly.
you. Right?
We can't force them.
What if, and they haven't said this, I'm just assuming, what if they say, it's our event. We decided not to put on the event. And we have Ghanaian artists on the event. Is there a case there? Again, I'm just trying to understand why this is even an issue if, again, it is in our own country, where our biggest artists, like Kwame Eugene, like Kiddy, like Stonebwoy, like Kamido are on it, and there's a problem now.
Yes.
So what if the organizers say, it's our show?
It's about one thing that I know is the government the ministry has something to do with Afro Nation. They have a certain level of partnership with them.
Yeah.
Okay, so based on that, they can leverage on that to also push an agenda for our arts. For the mere fact that it is being hosted in the country.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's business and everything. We can't force them to go against their rules and their plans. But the point is, when Shatta Wale talks about some of these things, it is in a bigger picture and a bigger agenda kind of, that we need to look beyond whatever is happening now. Yes, somebody might decide, oh, one of Shatta Wale's rants, what is the use? We have our act over there. But let's flip the coin. Let's say it is being hosted in Nigeria. Can you hear a Sarko there? Do you think it will be possible for a Sarko there or a Shatta Wale to headline? Probably they are saying, yes, these are bigger arts as compared to ours.
Yeah.
But how can our artists also become bigger? Through some of this deliberate effort.
Yeah.
So we can't hold them to it, but the point is, that is when we have a creative arts ministry who is part in the center line in some of these organizations, so they can use their influence.
So this is what Shatta Wale posted, right? He said, how can you be a special guest in your own country?
Your own country.
And now this part is where I'm going to discuss a little bit. And they are happy about it. Okay, so when I see and they are happy about it, I'm assuming, because I wasn't there when he wrote this, I'm assuming he's referring to the artist being happy about it.
Exactly.
Seeing something like this, now we've discussed the organizers. You rightly brought in the government being a part of it and the hand they have in it. What do you think about now the artists? Is it on them? Like Burna Boy, I gave an example, said, I'm the African giant. My name should be as bold as the headliners. If, from what Shatta Wale is saying, I'm assuming he's saying we're just content with what we're given. Is there an argument there? Or do we say before we weren't even on these platforms, but now we're on these platforms? Let's be grateful for being on these platforms. Where do you stand on that?
That would be more of inferiority complex.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean...
Yeah. But the point is, that is where Shatta Wale's problem has been. It's like some of our acts, although they are very huge, but there is certain fear holding them back. You can't be wrong if you say something like that. But yes, an artist can be content with whatever he has been given. Looking at the money involved, whether he will be placed as a nobody, the mere fact that there is some money coming in, they can overlook that. But some other artists can also look down and say, no, we also deserve that bigger.
So do we blame the artist who's like, I need the money? Or I'm taking the money, even though I'm not placed up there? Can we actually blame the artist? If, again, we sit here and we say, we know these artists need money. We can't compete on another level with other artists because we don't have that money.
Exactly. We can't blame any artist who makes such a decision. That is the difference between somebody who is seen as a leader and the other person. We all have different character traits. So a Shatta Wale can fight the institution and will be robbed of whatever favors, and he will be okay.
Yeah.
I know when that result is achieved, that will be his fulfillment. Another person will decide to play it cool, play it safe, and go in there for the business. Because if a Stonebwoy should tweet that, hey, you are coming to Ghana, why am I not a headliner? maybe thinking of getting into trouble with a Davido or a Burna Boy for sake of business, let me keep quiet. But Eshatawale wouldn't care. Take me off, but I know whatever I say will make sense.
I mean, yeah, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about this.
Exactly. and he has done some of these things a couple of years back.
Yeah.
He's been doing some of these things. At the end of the day, he will not benefit, but in the long run, some of his colleagues will benefit. So you can't blame Stonebwoy.
Okay, now what do you think about Shatta taking it on his shoulders to be, some might say, a sacrificial lamb? Because behind the scenes, businessmen involved will not be happy with these kind of statements. But again, you said, Shatawale, not everyone is Shatawale. Not everyone can be as bold and as honest, and his fans love him for that. A lot of people who are not even his fans appreciate him for that. Even some artists won't come out and say it, but they appreciate what he's doing. What do you think about him taking it on his shoulders, and would you recommend other artists to do probably similar?
Exactly. He can't do it alone. That is why I think we haven't seen that major changes in the game. I remember when he started fighting institutions like Charterhouse about payment of artists, a lot of issues, even recently, bad prophecies and stuff. Yeah. You know, when he start doing that, you expect the colleagues to back it so that we get a maximum effect. Yeah. The point is, if you fear being sidelined by an institution, if we are major, how can the institution sideline us? Like a Charterhouse. If every artist are complaining about the issue, can he say, okay, because all of you are saying we are not running the event anymore? Yeah. They can't do that. Can't. But then if it is about one person, they can ignore the person and go ahead. So that is when we need the other colleagues to also support him. But he can't do it alone. He can just achieve but a little influence. If they want to come together and push for an agenda, then Ghana music and certain things that is not happening. We all complain about Gamro, music, a lot of things. But it's like other musicians are okay. They are safe. So
I mean, it's like,
but it's something that is important.
He can't do it by himself. He can't do it by himself. And I saw the ticket prices: £83, £116, if I'm not mistaken. Charlie, do you think the street boys are considered?
You know,
Charlie, with the street though.
You know, now Ghana is becoming like a haven for these diaspora people who are coming every December. So. We are not looking at the people you mentioned. They know there are some buggers coming.
I mean,
down.
it is a business.
Exactly. There are some buggers coming, and the kind of artists
this
they are
giving. To talk for the streets. It's like Charlie, the streets can't. But yeah.
So the streets should allow. They should understand. They should understand now that there will be other shows that they can also
I mean, if you can't go to this, the other one, but
if they can do something about it, because already Ghana.
What I do love, about situations like this, we see and try to understand what's going on. From a creative perspective, we are happy that Stonebwoy is going to perform. Audience, even though Stonebwoy is a special guest, they're going to enjoy Stonebwoy and all these other artists, Davido and P Square. And also on another side, Shatawale is also fighting for the artists. So there might be heads butting, disagreements, but it's hopefully all to the betterment of the industry. Hopefully.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Shatta is not on the platform, right? He's not
I didn't see his name.
He's not performing. So I think he's out there and throwing whatever concerns. The people who are there are silent. If he was happening to be on the platform and decided to challenge them, I think that would have been a bit of a problem. But now that he's off, I think they can ignore him. But whatever he's putting across, to me, I think there is a sense in it that when we consider, and it shouldn't come just easily. We have to have a deliberate agenda. Okay. And that is what we've been lacking as an industry, and even to a larger extent, the ministry at large. Yeah. We are lacking such an
Okay,
agenda.
interesting stuff. Send us messages. What do you think? AdamX24GH, every single platform on this story. I mean, Afro Nation's Con, like I said, it's good for the country, good for tourism, good for workers, good for making money, good for the creative space, good for enjoying these artists, and for these artists to be able to connect, you know, with the audience, not just Ghanaians, people from Denmark, from South Africa, from Nigeria. It's going to be a good time, you know, in December it's going to be a good time. What do you think about artists who, it seems, they're not as appreciated in their countries as they are in other countries? I mean, we have artists like Riala. We've sat here and said this. We feel like she's not as acknowledged. I've even spoken to her about this. We have artists like Amare, Rocky Dawuni. Recently, Necktunes, you know, there was something on Twitter that went on. He won, I think, in Nigeria. There was a tweet where he said that maybe people feel like he's not a Ghanaian. Before we get to what he said, I have a couple of questions more. But what do you think about this? Is it the audience? Is it the media that's not pushing them? Or is it the artists because they're not promoting their music here as much?
This thing is more or less becoming a cliche, you know. It is the fault of the artist. That is what I have to say.
Really?
Point blank.
Wow.
Straightforward, no mincing
Why?
of words. The point is, if you really understand the level we are now, we are operating in a highly competitive environment. No doubt about that. No time for mercy, favors, and all those things. If you have an agenda, you let the people know what you have. Let's say whatever they are calling for, then maybe GBC, that is the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation. That is when they have to broadcast everything a Ghanaian is doing. But like when it comes to MS24 like this, you are a private entity running your business. So do you tell me who decide the kind of content that you put on your platform?
But can't we fight for these artists, so to speak, to have their content played on these platforms?
Yes.
We saw this with Shatawale.
Exactly.
His content wasn't even played. It became a big issue, right?
Good. So point is, when you come to MS24, we have our plans. We know how the content that we use. But maybe we look at the moral background, or let's say our corporate social responsibility. So let's promote our local. But what will be the percentage? And how many people are we talking about here? A lot of Ghanaians. You interview artists here on your platform. It is not part of promoting Ghanaian music.
It is.
Exactly. So you'll be in a queue from here to Bolgatanga. Before it will be your turn. Everything is down.
This is very interesting.
You need to have a deliberate. The people you are mentioning, Rocky Dawuni goes out there, do a lot. But there's nothing going on here. Does he have PR? Does he have mechanism here who will push the news to the people?
What if he doesn't feel appreciated with the kind
What
of
appreciation?
What if they've actually done it and they've not gotten the response?
No. We have done our research. We have done our research.
Okay,
this is
so
not today.
please send us messages.
This is not today.
I really love this conversation.
They are not doing enough.
So the whole thing that brought this up, I have Richard.
Oh, thank you, man.
I'm going to let him introduce himself, tell us what he's about after all of the conversations we're going to have. But first of all, I'm just going to push you straight into the conversation. Now, Necktunes, Pulse Ghana tweeted, salute to them. They said Ghana's Necktunes wins at Nigeria's 15th Headies Awards after VJMA and 3 music awards snub. They just had to put that in there. And also I have to give the Headies a shout for acknowledging Jackie. We spoke about that yesterday. But he came and he said, maybe I am not Ghanaian to them. So Richard, you've heard what Kojo said. And I asked, I generalized it, and I was like, so that's what he won for. I generalized it and I said, artists that it seems like they're not appreciated in their countries. Is it the media's fault? Is it the artist's fault? Or is it the audience who probably don't just appreciate their craft enough? Kojo said, mincing no words is the artist, right? In terms of PR, in terms of promotion, in terms of connecting to their fan base here. Is this something you agree with? In reference to what Necktunes just said?
Sorry, Necktunes, the Ghana boy.
Again.
The Ghana boy.
Yeah.
So I don't even know that. I never knew that he was a Ghanaian.
Yeah.
Does he have a Ghanaian name? Like, I don't know. It's all about the branding, first of all. And I mean, Necktunes has good branding, but you see, that's the thing. You can be effective but you can be efficient, right? But you're not effective. So his brand is efficient. It's a good brand, nice one, but we, the Ghanaians, are not effectively receiving the communication that is actually one
Whose
of us.
fault is that?
I think that's the
Because we don't know he's Ghanaian.
It's the
A
source.
lot of people didn't know. Okay, people
source.
knew, but a lot of people didn't know Drake was Canadian. Justin Bieber was Canadian.
Oh.
I'm not saying they're not doing well in their countries, but we're going to stand on that and say, if it gets to the point where now they're not being awarded, does it mean the award shows don't even recognize these artists because their PR teams are not strong here?
I don't think it's the PR teams, it's the artist himself, right?
Yes. So
Because you have to. I don't know how to say this properly. For example, Sarkodie, right? Okay, Sarkodie is basically, he's basically, you know where he's from, right? Yeah. But Drake, you're talking about Drake.
Yeah.
At a certain point in time, Drake made you know where he's from. In his music, he was saying that.
That's true.
I don't know about Neptunes.
That's very true.
I haven't heard Neptunes say anything in his music about. Has he said that even once? I've not really heard that yet. Anyway, so I mean, that communication is like, I feel bad for the guy because the guy really likes our country. I think he wants to be recognized.
Ghanaian.
Yeah, he wants to be recognized. I mean, and then
he's Ghanaian.
the communication is the problem. I mean,
Neptunes should cut Ghanaians some slack.
I feel bad for him, bro.
It is business. What are you talking? We're talking about marketing. This era is about marketing.
Bam Bam was one of the biggest songs in Africa.
Exactly.
So what again does he have to do?
So there are some people who even don't know how to celebrate their own success, and they're expecting the next man to celebrate them. If you can't celebrate your wins, you expect me to celebrate your win better than you do?
That's right.
The point is business. You need to have a communication plan. Who are the people behind you communicating your wins? Okay, you just won an award. What do? Okay, which are the blogs in Ghana that I have to contact? You need to influence them. You don't sit down expecting the blogs to carry your news. For what reason? You have to connect.
Even when you win an award, it's an opportunity to let the fans know who you are.
So if you are not
no one
celebrating
is
yourself,
more Ghanaian than we are, guys. But with her and her brand, it seems like there's the same conundrum there.
Is that a speech?
She's Ghanaian,
yeah.
but it seems like she's not as appreciated enough.
Who?
Riala, for example, in Ghana. But no one is more Ghanaian than Riala.
Riala.
What's the problem?
Who is the communicating team behind Riala? Who are the PR? If you need something about Riala right now, who will you call? Do you know? Do you know the one you call?
Maybe you haven't asked. Maybe you haven't checked yet.
But do you know you are a presenter right now? If
I had to personally, I'd probably
now,
read out to a manager. If I had to personally.
Good. So the point is Riala, Kinaisoba, Rocky Dawuni, they all have the same problem. The point is, at a point they realized Ghanaians are not appreciating their craft. So okay, now let's focus on the other market. It's no fault of the Ghanaian audience. They have their tastes and preferences. Now the point is, you are a Ghanaian, you are touring everywhere. We have platforms. The point is, you have to reach out to the platforms.
It's not even about reaching out to the platforms. This is like, it's even a higher process. So I want to ask, okay, when Neptunes won at the Headies, what was the speech?
Okay, so I haven't seen the speech.
You haven't seen the speech?
No,
Did he give a shout out to Ghana?
That's the honestly
way.
speaking,
The point is,
I haven't seen the speech. Honestly,
Bro,
you haven't seen the speech.
You can mention Ghana, you can mention Kumasi, and nobody will pick it.
What I want to know, are we going to stand on these things to say PR isn't strong? He didn't give a speech. He's never mentioned Ghana in his music to say that's why we're not appreciating him. When he had one of the biggest songs in the whole Africa,
world.
You Want to Bam Bam. That's his song.
When it's about award schemes are in for business. Mm-hmm. Everybody should understand that award schemes are in for business. So they won't just pick you because your song was the most viral song in the world. Will it make business sense to them? If you understand that, you wouldn't be worried when you are not nominated. And also, when we wake up as media people, there are a lot of news out there. You don't decide the kind of news I pick. So don't wait that a next man who is going to pick your news and promote you. Do it yourself. In every institution.
No, but Neptunes is highly promoted. He's doing well. It's talking about the identity factor. The Ghanaian identity was absent in his brand communication anywhere he was. That's a
He's a
problem.
Kumasi guy, so that one.
That's the
everybody
problem.
knows. He's a Kumasi guy.
He's a Kumasi guy.
Of course, people know him. That one, you know, but his problem is like, yes, they don't appreciate. He is expecting that he will wake up and maybe VGMA
But
will nominate.
if someone is not nominated for an award and we know they're doing well, we can't always say that. I understand we might say, okay, they're complaining, right?
Yeah.
But if per the numbers, if per, again, how well they're doing, their reach, and they're not being nominated, don't they have a right to complain?
Are they doing business or they are doing sentiment,
No,
morals?
Kojo, this is a business. They've invested in the music.
It's not
Kojo.
business.
They've invested in
No,
the music.
the money he's earning from his streams and that. Nobody comes and asks about it. The point is, we are talking about getting the honest or being recognized. And there is a way you do that. Every company, every institution, every organization has a PR team, a promotional team.
For someone like Mr. Easy, who was doing well in Ghana, had the biggest songs in Ghana, mentioned Ghana continuously, wasn't awarded, so to speak, in Ghana as much, went to Nigeria and is now recognized more there.
That'd be hard.
Whose fault is it?
Mr. Easy.
Yeah.
That's super hard. It's not Easy's fault.
Whose fault is it then?
No,
Because he was doing the opposite of what Neptunes is being accused of.
Exactly.
I wouldn't say Neptune should mention Ghana before he's accepted as a Ghanaian. He's a Ghanaian by birth. Everybody knows he's a Ghanaian. If people don't know, whenever he goes and mentions Ghana, yes, we will accept him. But point is, you are doing business. You have a big song out there. My man, let the people know that you are the owner of this song. I'm telling you, many people don't know he is the owner of that song.
The
He's
Bamba
even
song.
part of the song.
The Bamba?
Yes. Many people don't know that.
If it wasn't for...
And it's whose fault?
Very true. Very true.
You have a product that you want to sell, and because the fact that you think your family members, you have a lot of family members, you have a lot of friends, because they know they should come and buy the product without doing anything. Meanwhile, there are other products they are also buying. So don't blame the audience when they are happily enjoying whatever content they have, and you think this conversation, the earlier some of these musicians and us recognizes that this is their reality, the better for them.
Okay, Richard, let me ask you this. When it comes to award shows, because I mean, that's how this whole conversation came up. When it comes to award shows, does the board, does the award show have to do more in terms of outsourcing and finding these artists to acknowledge them on these platforms? Because I heard on radio some time ago, for example, VGMA, there are certain artists they reach out to, but in all honesty, they can't reach out to every single artist.
Sure.
So from a larger scale, a larger point of view, when a song is a big song, is a hit song, when an artist is a big artist, do the board have to do more in terms of finding these artists?
That would be too much stress for the board. I mean,
Isn't that their job, though?
I mean, no. Are you talking about awarding them?
Yeah, awarding them, nominating them.
Well,
it's
their job to publicize.
Finding them.
It's their job to publicize to artists that you need to apply. Like, for example, we're running an award show. So, hey, if you're a Ghanaian and you want to be part of this, like, this is it. I don't think I have to reach out. Do you have to be reached out to apply to become a part of the award scheme?
At times,
fine. But, I mean, it'll be stress. Like, they have a lot on their plate to work on already. So, it's your job as an artist. You want to be out there. You want to have a lot of accolades. You want to look good. You know, these things help you on a world stage. It's steps by step. That's how you get to the MTV. If you can win locally, you can win internationally. So it's your job. It has to be your passion as an artist to find that.
Yeah, what I'm getting from you guys is now it's just more than having good music. There's a lot to do. And I've asked here, you know, back in the day, no social media. It seems like just go to the radio, get on the streets and do your thing. Right now, there's social media. Right now, there's so much access to traveling outside the country and getting your music. What would you say artists should do, man?
Okay, so
because we don't say money no day like that. But we for do
Let me ask. We have a local adage like that. Does a good product sell itself?
Well, isn't that how it's supposed
Bamba
to
sold
be?
itself.
That's what they say, but it seems like that's not what's happening now. It's supposed to.
But it happened to Bamba.
So we will tell you. We will tell you at the panettone.
Yeah.
But that isn't the case. If I don't know you have a good product, how will I buy it? You need to let me know that you have a good product. Yes, we are in a social media era. You can post something and the next day it goes viral. That cannot be said of all the tracks on your album. It is 1 out of maybe a 10.
Yeah.
So the point is, you need to know that when you are in business, if you have a product, there's something called promotion. That is basic for every song. So the one that will get away, the one that will fly, that will be, it will advance over the rest. But there should be a level that, as an artist, if I'm releasing a song, this is the level of promotion that personally I will do, and the rest I leave it with the audience. When they love it, they will spread it further. So this is what most of them are lacking. Even I'm a blogger, but if I want to publish an article, I reach out to all my colleague bloggers. Most of our musicians, if they even want to release press, they don't even have the emails of some of the presenters and the media houses. They don't do that. They believe their social media account is enough. So they post it there. Yes, me too. When I go out there, I decide on the news that I pick. Yeah. So if you don't want to move further and accept that it is about competition, people are paying their way through. They are spending much on promotion. And I don't know, you think you have the best of products, so
I mean, no
people should naturally come to you.
There's no
then,
light there, man.
I'll tell you that if the best is not available, the available will become the best. So the people who are pushing, promoting, they may be the least of artists. They don't have nothing, but they are doing promotion because they are ready for business. And they will take the center stages, and you'll be there crying that my song is everywhere, and nobody knows. Who are the bloggers behind him? Does he have bloggers down here who will push? We have opinion leaders, we have stakeholders who are on many platforms. When they speak about you right now, when they post you, everybody will know you in Ghana. Has he done that? Has he filed for any award? If he has, he should come and let us debate about it.
I think what Kojo is talking about is retrospection. You need to look at yourself in the mirror. Take a hard look, bro. Because some people are there that, first of all, you have to identify if the industry is for you before you throw in money. There are people that are throwing so much money, they think money is what makes the artist. It's the artist that makes the money, first of all. Your talent is what makes the money. Look hard in the mirror.
Your image, your
you know some people are there, they're in music, they're just throwing money. They have no talent. So first of all, find out who you are. Know that, yeah, this thing would work if I'm putting in, people are going to like my music, not because I can pay for the best management, I can pay for the best bloggers to blog me. No, it's not about that.
Interesting.
And for Neptunes, I think it's also about the way he began. I don't know, he began normal. Like, I didn't hear him from the beginning saying, it depends. Was he saying that?
I mean, like,
Bro, however,
anyway,
the way he began, it was like
I am for GH, every single platform. Love the conversation. We're just here to learn, man. Charlie, could you any shout outs before you leave us? Very interesting today. Any shout outs, my brother?
Yeah, shouts to
so many people.
Yeah, a lot of them. I even have something. Squadges. Squadges, that is old SAR Squad and TH for Quadges.
Oh, nice.
So Fifi Seller and Shortman, they are back together and they have formed Squadges. So a combination of legendary
back in the game.
Groups.
Can't wait to have them here.
They want to give us some of their songs back-to-back old tunes and stuff.
Yeah.
So
that's classic. I mean,
yes, shout out to
that's a classic.
Shout
Right?
out to them, Squadges, Fifi Seller and Shortman.
Nice. Yeah. Richard, today's your first time here on my show. I'm sure we're going to have you on some more.
I'd like to come by, bro.
Yeah, please tell us a little bit about yourself before you leave us today.
Man, thank you. My name is Richie. You can call me Richie Rich.
You got the money.
Oh, I beg you.
Yeah, ladies.
I look like the money. It's left for the money to come. So I basically, I'm an entrepreneur. I sell cars. I also sell, properties. Get in there a little. And I like entertainment like you, bro. We vibe.
Right. That's my guy since day one. So it's good to have you on. Thank you so much for making time. Amazing. Can't wait to drive some of your cars, man. I like sports cars. Amen. Like the ladies. Very curvy, you know. Could you? Yeah, magic. These guys, they always come through. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, appreciate them for the time they make to have these conversations. Very interesting. As you guys can see today, very, very intuitive and in-depth stuff. Like I said, we're going to have them on here some more. Please go out there, find them on social media, support them as much as possible. I have a very beautiful lady coming out. Sorry, she's an artist, incredible, signed to one of the biggest record labels in the country. I know you're wondering who I'm talking about. Stay tuned in.
girls, we just like to have fun. Party, link up, we scatter the whole town. Wanna drink though, until we shut it down. We're gonna do it all and all night long. Wanna drink though, until we shut it down. We're gonna do it all and on till the sun come up. Body and get down on it. Move your body and get down on it. Body and get down on it. Move your body and get down on it. Body and get down on it. Move your body and get down on it. Body and get down on it. Move your body and get down on it. Yeah, yeah. Girls that make me go. We just wanna lose control. We just wanna have a party, have a dance and take it home. Call up the girls that make me go. We just wanna lose control. If we don't want to party, want to dance and go back home. Wanna drink though, until we shut it down. We gonna do it on and on till the sun come up. Body and get down on it. Move your body and get down on it. Body and get down on it. Move your body and get down on it. Body and get down on it. Move your body and get down on it. Body and get down on it. Move your body and get down on it. Yeah, yeah.
So it's not every day you get to be in the presence of a beautiful lady, a couple of tattoos, perfect skin, amazing long hair. Charlie, I want to leave the set for you and just walk off, then you just talk.
What do I do?
Because I'm not sure people will want to see me again. They just want to see you.
You're a fine boy, you know this. You don't need to tell
I've been trying. Vienna, welcome.
Hi, Jason.
I'm so happy to see you today. I saw your artwork, I'm like, yes, I'm going to get to talk
old
to
friends reconnecting.
Yeah. I don't see you as much because you've been busy and everyone is taking you away, but no problem. I deal with it.
You're busy as well, Jason.
I've been trying. Please send us messages at MX24GH every single platform at the hashtag MXLive. If there's anything you want to ask her, anything, send us messages. We're going to ask her. Vienna,
What's going on?
rightly so, since today is the first day here, I'm sure you've been asked this, but I have to. Who is this beautiful lady?
Vienna is a very eccentric, very happy person.
I like that. Straight to it.
Yeah, straight to it. Very eccentric, very happy, very bubbly, and creative person as well.
Does that translate into your music?
Yeah, it does, big time.
So you don't make no sad music?
I mean, depending on if you break my heart, I'll write about it.
I mean, I can't break your heart. You
Break my
probably
heart,
break
write a
mine,
song.
but
I'll do
anyways.
like some last song right now.
The thing is, you were doing a lot of covers,
Yeah, I was.
and you have a very organic fan base, right?
Yes.
On Twitter, people followed you. They've grown with you.
Yeah.
Why do you think that has been very important to your music and your brand, growing with your fan base?
I feel like organic is the best way to go all the time. You don't want to I mean, it's because I have fans that have been with me from Assurance up until now. They've been waiting for original music.
Yeah.
So they're stoked that we're finally doing it. Finally is the key word. When we released the teaser, everybody's like, finally, after so many years. Yes. And everybody would want that. Everybody wants a fan base when you start out. So my journey is definitely unique, and it's one I'm very happy about.
Was it ever difficult to deal with? Because one thing I always say and I know is fans, they want music.
Yes.
They want to see the artist.
Yes.
I haven't released music in a year and the messages I get, people want to beat me down.
I'm sure.
Is it difficult to deal with?
I know it's from a good place. I feel like it's from a good place. So I'm able to balance it out by thinking about it that way. Yeah.
Okay, so apart from the music, you're actually an entertainer. I mean,
Yes.
your social media, you're presenting a bit, and I said this, we spoke about this a while ago, you know. I just want to know, is it a transition from presenting to music? Is it a combination of both? What's the plan moving forward?
Presenting was fun to do, and I learned a lot doing it. But music has always been my first love. So I'm doing my first love. The thing that I actually did covers before I did TV.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I had been doing covers before I went on
Yeah.
TV. So music was the thing I want to do. I'm doing.
Yeah, and I mean, judging by the music video, we want more music videos. Another cool thing is you're on one of the biggest, if not the biggest, record label in the country.
Yeah,
You've been on for a while, been part of them, the Lynx family. Tell us about the inception of you being a part of them.
So I was, when I said creative, a lot of people don't have background to that. So I was working at Lynx for a period of about 2 to 3 years.
Was it always as an artist?
No, I was Richie's creative assistant as well.
Oh.
So like I'm a creative person that way.
Yeah.
And then now music. And I was doing covers while I was working with Richie as well. That was our thing. We were doing the covers together. So he produced them.
Did he always know it was music for you? Because
He knew that.
I'm sure Richie's not the easiest guy to please. You know, with the people that bring him the music. So is that how you got to know him? How did that whole thing come about?
I think I met him through Kiddy actually.
Okay.
One time I went to Lynx and then we had a conversation, me and Richie, and then that was the beginning of everything.
Wow.
Yes.
And it just kicked off like that. Moving forward, you've been working there for a while. Like I said, you've dealt with it. You've been in the background a little bit.
Yeah, a lot.
A lot.
Yes.
A lot. How was it dealing with that also, you know? Because now you want to release the music, but of course, someone like Richie and Lynx, they have a plan.
Yes.
So you had to be patient, and you were patient, rightly
Yes.
so. So how was it dealing with that time away from releasing your own music?
During the period, it was frustrating and it was very exasperating for me. But now in retrospect, I'm grateful because I've been able to see different perspectives of the industry, which I'm sure you have. You have like insider information. People see the glam, people see the facade of music and like being famous, but I have seen the insides. So me choosing it, I made like a bold choice to say, I know what it looks. I know there's ugly sides to it, but like I'm messing with this.
What's
I still
been
want
the
to do it.
ugliest side so far of this industry?
Some people don't want to help you unless they're getting something back, right?
That happens to you a lot?
Yeah,
I mean,
I feel like it happens to everyone.
I have to
You have to pretend it.
Yeah, I have to ask, right?
Yeah.
It must not be the easiest
As
thing
an
to do.
ugly truth, I feel like a lot of people have come out to talk about it even. I'm not the first person to say it. A lot of women, a lot of guys equally.
Why is that honesty so important for you?
You need to see the dark to appreciate the light.
Yin and yang, right?
Yes.
Nice.
So seeing the dark, I'm like, oh, okay, I appreciate the light more, and now like I can make a bold decision to say like, I know these things will happen, but I'm ready.
Yeah, and they happened, you got through it, and it's all led to this new music.
Yes.
A very big culmination of everything you've been through.
Yeah.
And this music, Charlie, you're looking fly, Vienna. I wish I could watch this again right now. Tell us about the song, the video, everything. Tell us.
So it was produced by That Beats God. He's my G. Like I messed with him big time.
Yeah.
This was actually the first time we were in the studio together. So this was the first song that we did, right?
Okay.
Mind blown. After we did the song, I'm like, yo, and we have such good chemistry.
Yeah.
So the song wasn't planned. I heard the beat and we just like played around, and this is what happened.
So does like Richie sign off on music? That you get the beat? Do you get nervous when you're playing him the music?
No, I think I'm going to use it. I've done it enough times now that.
Are you sure? Because I'm like, bro.
No, because Richie's like, there's no bad song. You just send it. If we can tweak it or if we trash it, like that's the mentality,
good.
which
That's
is cool.
good. Now the video, a lot must have gone into this, right?
Yes.
Tell us about how it went, how many days, because the set is incredible.
Yeah. So thankfully, it was a one-day shoot. We were able to finish it and wrap everything up in one day.
Wow.
I don't think it even made up to 24 hours. Yeah.
Wow.
So it was like intense.
Okay.
Do your makeup change. I changed my hair. I changed my outfit. Like, and there were people on set. It was like intense, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't longer than a day.
You know, for a lady,
Yes.
of course, like there's a lot of intensity because a lot of effort. You know, your look, your image, your brand, makeup, the little things, right? Having dances, because
The
you
big
dance.
things, Jason. The big things.
Okay. So there are big things, but we're like, makeup. A lady does makeup all the time, but they're actually not little things.
Yeah.
Do you think about these things going forward? Again, having dancers, you know, performing live. Do you think about them going forward?
I do, and it's something that I want to ace, like my performances and showing up as the brand that we've envisioned. So my hair, you always have to get it right. You guys, I mean, you kind of get it, but women, we have to come
We
forward
don't
with
care.
the hair.
I'm
We
not
have
gonna
to
lie. Yo, we don't care. Like,
So you see, that's the
everyone in the
distinction.
office knows me. I just wear black and step out.
because you're fine, so you can get away with something.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah.
maybe.
But like we have to come
yeah.
correct with the hair, we have to come correct with the makeup, with the dresses, my designers, my stylists. So it's a bit more required on the women's side than it is for the guys.
Okay, so now this song is out. The fans are happy. I'm
Yes,
sure you're
finally.
happy. I'm sure Lynx is happy.
Yes.
Your label is doing very well. So what's the plan moving forward? Is this all going to lead to an album, more features, more music, videos? What's the
Oh,
plan?
definitely more music, because I've kept people waiting for too long.
You have?
Yes, I have.
You have?
Yeah,
You
so
have.
more music. There's going to be an EP, and then we're working like on collaborations and a
Yeah,
bunch of
because,
other
you know,
stuff.
obviously we want to see you and Kitty on a song. You and Adina.
Burna Boy.
Burna Boy, Davido, Wizkid,
Davido.
Sakwa, all of them. Jason, I'm coming to the studio soon.
Please pull up.
Yeah, I'm pulling up very soon. But, you know, I have to say I'm very, very proud of you.
Thank
I
you.
saw the inception of all of this,
Yeah,
and it's
you
good
did.
to see your growth. And even behind the cameras, you're actually this person.
Yes,
is
I
the
am.
same you. What do you want to tell, you know, people out there who are following their dreams? What do you want to tell anyone?
Don't give up. I'm like the poster child for Don't Give Up,
You are.
because it's been years in the making, and it's not easy having people tell you, Vienna, you have the potential. Like outsiders, insiders, Vienna, what's taking you so long?
Yo.
And
I'm
if you're not
the-
careful, you can get depressed, bro.
You know
Like-
the most difficult thing for an artist to hear, I think.
Yes.
Charlie, why the music know the move? What's going on?
And
Why?
people don't
Where's
get
the
it.
music? People don't get it.
It's
How do you
it's
deal with that mentally?
I'm tough. Like,
Yeah.
I'm tough. Because I should have been through some depression, like some depressing periods, but I don't know how I even went through it.
Yeah.
I have really good people around me.
Nice one.
I have really
nice
good
one.
friends. My team is
Thank
amazing.
you for speaking on that. It's not the
Yes.
easiest thing to
It's not
speak
easy
on.
at all.
Yeah, Charlie,
But-
you've done it all. We know you're going to do bigger things. Hopefully, we see you more in December performing.
Yeah, let's
Right?
see.
So, please tell us, where can we find the music? What's it called again? We're going to introduce it one more time.
Okay, so it's Vienna Nagasi. Please look for Get Down on all streaming platforms. Also on YouTube, you can check out the video. It's been doing amazing. Please like, subscribe. There's more music on the way, so keep it locked with us.
That's good news. More music. Please go out there, support her. I'm sure it's on Spotify,
Yes,
Apple
Apple
Music,
Music,
YouTube,
I think Boomplay, most places.
everywhere. Please go out and support
Yeah.
an artist like Vienna, someone who's really staying true to her craft. She's doing her thing. We're going to sign off with the music. You guys know the show is Monday to Friday. We're going to plug in your music.
Thank you.
This is your home. Please
Thank
come
you.
through some more.
I'll be pulling up. I've
Please.
been here once already, so it's amazing.
Nah, you're not being here. I want you here. Guys, I'm going to see you same time tomorrow, 3 to 4 p.m. Signing off with her music. Salute.
You know we girls, we just like to have fun. Party, link up, we scatter the whole town. Wanna drink it low until we shut it down. We're gonna do it all and all night long. Wanna drink it low until we shut it down. We're gonna do it all and on till the sun come up. Body and get down on it. Move your body and get down on it. Body and get down on it. Move your body and get down on it. Body and get down on it. Move your body and get down on it. Body and get down on it. Move your body and get down on it. All of the girls that make me go. We just wanna lose control. We just wanna have a party, have a dance and take it home. All of the girls that make me go. We just wanna lose control. If we don't want to party, want to dance and go back home. Wanna drink it until we shut it down. We gonna do it on and on till the sun come up. Body and get down on it. Move your body and get down on it. Body and get down on it. Move your body and get down on it. Body and get down on it. Move your body